This video is brought to you by Terraforming. Thank you for being a farm baron. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another new and noteworthy mod review. Today we're going to take a look at the Lizard Multibaler Kombi. Now this mod can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game mod hub, and as of the 1.0 release, this mod is available for all platforms. And I have to say, we have seen in this channel a few other times stationary balers. This is a stationary baler that has some other tricks up its sleeve. In fact, the stationary baler aspect of this mod is probably the least impressive part of this mod. So what this mod does is it allows you to bale and wrap grass and chaff. So that's right, people. We can now make chaff silage bales right out of the field. It also allows you to basically somewhat replicate the fast bale aspect of the Vicon Couverland fast baler, in that you can have the capability now of basically doing non-stop wrapped silage bales. So let's show you this thing in the shop, talk a little bit about how it's all pieced together, and then let's see some demonstrations. So if we go to the shop, and then we go into tools, we go to miscellaneous. There's a couple items of note. The multi-adapter is what you're going to need to use to connect to the back of your forage harvester. It's going to connect to the back of at least any in-game forage harvester. Modded forage harvesters may or may not work. I haven't tried them myself. But we go in here, we can change the color to whatever you should so wish. And it is $4,300 if you change the color. And what it basically provides us is it provides us a hitch, PTO, then we have hydraulic, power, air, and all the associated hookups that we might need. Then we have the multi-baler bunk. So this also has color change capability, and it is rather expensive, $16,300. And basically it is used to attach to the multi-baler to give the forage harvester a place to shoot its product into, or to give you a place to dump your product into if you're using this in a standard stationary baler format. Then we need to go to baling technologies, and then we have the multi-baler itself. Okay, so it only requires 110 horsepower to operate. And you'll see it takes grass, hay, straw, and chaff. So if we go into here, we have the option of changing the wrap color, like we have for all the other standard in-game wrappers. Then we have the main color option. And then we have the design color option. Okay. And that is basically what you have. Now that is $85,800. This is not a cheap setup. So $85,800. Add that to the, what was it, $15,000? $15,800. And then you have a stationary baler. Add $3,800 to that, and then you have the ability to hook it up to a forage harvester, assuming you have a forage harvester. If not, you're going to have to buy a forage harvester, and it alone is several $100,000. And then you're going to have to use a header for your forage harvester, which, of course, depending on the header that you should so pick, is going to be anywhere from $38,000 up to $120,000. So let's see this thing in operation. So we're going to get in here, turn it on. We want to do our pipe out on our forage harvester, and it has automatically detected the multi-baler. As you can see, it's tracking it. And then let's talk about how this is all connected. There we go. Okay, so there's a couple caveats that you need to remember. First up, always connect the adapter first. Then connect the header. Okay? If you happen to connect them in the wrong order, this is what's going to happen. Okay, take a watch the front header. And then it just pops up underneath. Now, this is also what happens if you load the game up with the header attached. It's real easy to fix. You just disconnect the front header and reattach it. But if you exit the game with the setup like this, when you come in, this front header is going to be up underneath the harvester. Just toggle with G to the front, disconnect it, and then reconnect it, and you're good to go. Now let's back up here and connect our baler. And then we have to unfold the baler. Visually, do we see anything when we unfold the baler? No. Then we have to turn on the baler. But before we do that, let's disconnect something. So you may have noticed that we accidentally disconnected the multi-baler bunker when we were trying to disconnect the baler. And that is because this comes, as you know, separate. And I already have super strength enabled, so I'm just going to move it down here. So when you buy this, you can pick it up with anything with pallet forks and set it on top, or if you like me, just enable super strength and then just place it on top like that, and then you'll be able to connect it. And then once we do that, we want to toggle back to the furthest back, turn it on. Let's turn on our forage harvester, and now we are mowing grass. And as we put grass in the bunker, it is also feeding grass into the baler. And as we get the baler full, we're going to hear the alarm go off. And then it's going to basically eject the bale. We're going to wrap the bale, and we're not going to stop. We're just going to keep on trucking. So we are over 4,000 right now because right now we are feeding the hopper faster than the bale is being made. So now it's beeping. We're going to eject the bale. You're going to see our capacity at the bottom drop. Now we're down to 3,500 again. We're wrapping. And then we will have to unload the wrapper when it's done wrapping. So we hit Y to unload. And we still haven't stopped, have we? We're getting ready to spit out another bale. We'll see our capacity will drop down again. Boom, now we're dropped down 4,000 liters. And we're wrapping ourselves another bale. And we haven't stopped one bit. Go ahead and pop that out. And then our 5,000 liters will go down to 1,000 liters. Like so. So let's go ahead and make some chaff silage bales. So once again, make sure you unfold the baler before you get started. And now let's go make ourselves some chaff bales. And you'll see we're probably going to make a ton more chaff bales. Then we have grass bales. Of course, our header is a bit wider, but corn chaff is far more yielding than simple grass. So we've got our chaff bale. It comes out looking like grass. Basically, it makes a grass bale. And we're still harvesting away. So we'll drop that. And you'll see our load go from 12,000, 13,000. Up. Fill it up. Now we're down to 10,000. So 14,000 is the max capacity. So we probably want to go a little bit slower. Probably 4 or 5 will be the speed we need to do in order to do, you know, non-stop chaffing. But you basically get the gist with respect to being able to make silage bales straight out of the field with your forage harvester. Because some folks obviously prefer to do it this way as opposed to basically chaffing and then putting in a silage bunker, compacting, and then covering it in that whole process. Now let's go take a look at using this as a stationary baler. So over here I have a little New Holland T5. So this thing only needs 110 horsepower. So once again, we're going to unfold it. We're going to turn it on. And then we're going to use our telehandler and its bucket. You see some of the animations there of the belt pulling it in. So then our grass bale comes out. Now since that was hay, we're just going to unload that. Now I want to show you one more thing. I haven't tried this, but I just wanted to see how it would work. I've got a whole trailer load of hay in this thing, and this is that trailer that allows you to actually raise the trailer up from the back and tip in. So let's left click and then raise the trailer up. And I wanted to see. Basically, do I get a tip? I do. So now I can start overloading hay into the trailer. Like so. So if we had the mod that allowed for auto unloading of round bales, then we could just sit in the trailer and slowly tip in more and more bales. Like so. So guys, that is the Lizard Multibaler Kombi. That, again, can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game mod hub, and it is available for all platforms. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this thing? I think it's a really cool piece of kit. We've, like I said at the start, we've had stationary balers before available for PC, And this really takes it to a completely different level with respect to the ability to make silage bales directly from a forage harvester with corn. Because, you know, some people just do not want to deal with the silage bunkers. They don't want to compact. They don't want to blankets. They don't want to wait. This allows you to basically make silage bales right out of the field with a forage harvester with corn. So let me know in the comments, what do y'all think of this cool mod? And until next time, happy farming.